What's going on, guys? A Heroic Lemon here,
With Mushroom.
and we have a new series for you called Who Fucked With My Class, and it's basically where you guys tell us what class that we should use, and we will have to get a knife-only gameplay with it. It's tricky.
It's basically, you send in a class which is kind of difficult. So say this class today is a Spas 12 with a s'more, an EMP grenade, which is the most useful grenade in the entire Call of Duty series. Did I say useful? I meant useless. and the perks are Blind Eye, Blast Shield, and Stalker.
All extremely useful when you're going for a throw knife gameplay. Not. So this setup was given to us by a friend on ours on Xbox Live. He's called Gavino, and he sort of suggested this whole series and made it happen. We were sort of looking for something new to expand our channel, and he came up with it. So
big props to him. If he had a channel, we'd be giving him a shout out, but he doesn't even have a YouTube channel, so yeah, just say hi to him when he features on some of our stuff sometimes.
Yeah. Basically, I go, I think 14 kills, 15 deaths, and I want you guys to give me some slack, because if you ever try this,
it's difficult. It is this, and there is a specific point in time in this gameplay where Lemon gets a 5 kill streak with this s'more out with throwing knives and it's just I don't understand how he did it without being killed, because you're walking around with a s'more and you can't use it, so it's not even a useful s'more.
It's an interesting idea, I think, this series.
It's a very stressful idea, which kind of leads on to the topic of today's commentary,
which is stress.
And how you deal with it.
How we deal with our stress in Call of Duty. Because it is a freaking stressful game.
There's heaps of aspects to stress in Call of Duty, and that can range from like the players you play with being douche nozzles. Thank you, Wicked Shrapnel, for that word. The network connection you're on, the people around you at the time, like if mum's upstairs like, Billy, get the roast out of the oven.
Your name's Billy now.
I'm not my mum. I'm not Billy. But if one of your names is Billy, leave that in the comments.
But we want to know from you guys how you deal with the stress that comes along with Call of Duty, because basically what me and Mushroom do is we pretty much have a night once a week where we sit down and we pretty much try and get all of our content, apart from, you know, small periods during the week where we have time to play. And we have to get all our content then, and that's very stressful because it's very difficult to get a lot of content in a small amount of time.
And as producers of this content, and when we're trying to come up with these series, and obviously it helped having a friend help us out this time, it gets stressful on that level as well, just being like that step above just playing. So we are playing for fun still, but it's kind of the next level of fun, if that makes any sense. And it gets stressful, so we've tried different things out, and
I suggested today that we should mute our gameplay on our TVs. And then I hopped onto the old iTunes, there was the 5 streak. Hopped onto iTunes, and there's all these radio playlists, you can go check them out. Just click radio on the sidebar, and played a bit of classical opera for 3 hours.
This is not conventional, but it works.
Yeah, it really does. It's a really nice, calming.
Something calming. Like a salmon the fish.
It's a very calming thing to have when you're playing Call of Duty.
Something about the music, when you're listening to foreign music, I think it's foreign music. If you're listening to music you know and you're singing to it, it's kind of a different calm.
Yeah, you're more involved in it, I think. And then when you play this sort of music that you've never heard before, it really helps at your gameplay. Like, usually we're just sitting there swearing at the TV.
And swearing like sailors, or like another colloquialism that means swearing people.
But that's just what everyone does. Everyone swears at the TV, and everything is just stressful in Call of Duty, because especially when you're a knifer and you're playing in maps as big as this,
and you have to think of routes, and you have to think of ways to get around people with guns.
You've got a s'more on your back, just weighing you down.
That's a burden.
It's so stressful, and we tried to cope with the stress by listening to opera. And It really did
was
work.
unorthodox.
It really did.
Somewhat unorthodox.
It really. I don't know how that didn't hit that guy. And then he decided that it was my turn to die.
Stressful. Stressful.
Stressful times.
Stress. Let's get a
We want to
stress
know
counter
from you
going.
guys how you deal with your stress. Tell us what you do. Do you sit on a specific chair? Is it? Do you have a comfy COD chair?
Or a specific way you sit. Like, do you lie down or do you stand up?
Send
That
us
could be
photos.
weird. Don't send us photos. Please don't send us photos.
That was a joke, my friends.
I've had people on Twitter sending me tweets that are scary enough. I don't need photos.
Yeah, well, yeah, let us know. And if you guys like listening to music, I don't know, through headphones, or if you like listening to your game volume super, super high, that just sounds silly. But if you like doing that, then leave a comment and tell us what you guys like when you're playing Call of Duty, because we're very interested to know. And after a while, when the opera got a bit too much for our ears,
I think we changed to jazz.
we changed to some smooth jazz. Some
Again.
smooth beats.
Somewhat unorthodox. But we tried it. We were up for new things, and we were kind of sick of yelling and screaming at the TV. And this was a bit different. And to say the truth, it left me not swearing so much. So it did its job.
It did its job. Well, this gameplay obviously was our first try at this new series. I think it was probably the best gameplay that we got in the night. A couple of 3 knives there, but give us some slack for that. It's not a positive KD, but it's very close. You'll see I go 14 for 15. What we want to try and do is go a positive KD for you guys, and we want to do that. So leave your class setups. So it's every single thing except for the kill streaks.
And remember to hit that like button, because it really helps out to spread our content and get it to other people. And here's the outro.
Here's the
outro.
outro.
Going to tell you the same thing. To check out our HeroicBankshots.spreadshirt, maybe buy a jumper or a shirt or two. Like our Facebook and check out our Twitters, because that's where we tweet stuff.
See you later.